A promised filibuster by Democrats in the Texas Senate fizzled, meaning new congressional maps are headed to Governor Greg Abbott for approval. This is Monday, August 25th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for kicking off your week with the Texas Minute. Our goal is to help you be more effective as a citizen by being better informed about what's happening in Texas's culture and government. To that end, let's jump into the news. Voters in the Hays Consolidated School District are being asked to approve a property tax hike during the 2025 general election. District officials say the tax hike is needed to offset deficits resulting from operational and maintenance costs. Andrew McVeigh, who heads Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, said that the tax hike is irresponsible management. According to McVeigh, voters should insist on more accountability from the district, lower taxes, and fiscal discipline. Texas Court of Criminal Appeals decided last week that the Texas Ethics Commission is part of the legislative branch and doesn't have the sole authority to prosecute election crimes. This is a reversal from an earlier ruling on the same matter, and it now serves to rein in the power of what many describe as a rogue agency that's working to undermine Texans' First Amendment rights. The TEC was established in 1991 by a voter-approved amendment that added a provision to Article 3 of the Texas Constitution, which outlines the structure and powers of the state's legislative branch. Now, the agency has only two constitutionally defined functions. The first, to recommend legislative salary increases to voters, which it has never done, and the second, to set the legislative per diem reimbursement rate, which it does regularly. The rest of its powers were either assigned statutorily or taken on by agency fiat. The TEC has increasingly behaved like an executive agency, taking on the trappings of prosecutor. Much of the time, their actions take place in secret meetings hidden from public review and accountability. On Friday, Acting Comptroller Kelly Hancock announced the publication of proposed rules to implement the state's new Education Savings Account school choice program. The program allows parents to access a portion of state education funds for private schooling and other educational expenses. The Comptroller's office will oversee the $1 billion program, with day-to-day management handled by one or more state-approved financial entities. Children are eligible to participate in an ESA if they could otherwise attend a Texas public school but are not currently enrolled. Priority is given to students with disabilities and those from lower-income households. Each account will receive about 85% of the average per-student allotment used in public schools, while students with disabilities are eligible for additional funding tied to their individualized education plans. Homeschooled students are limited to $2,000 a year. The ESA program is slated to go into effect for the 2026-2027 school year. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The media has an agenda, and having seen behind the curtain, I can tell you it's not what's in your best interests. That's why I started the Salcedo Storm podcast every weekday. Real talk for real Texans. The Salcedo Storm podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
A Republican plan to redraw Texas's congressional districts ahead of the 2026 midterm elections passed out of the Senate early Saturday morning. Senators passed the congressional redistricting plan on a party line 18-11 vote following hours of debate and a threatened filibuster that fizzled. The new map was drawn to improve Republican political performance, adding 5 new GOP opportunity seats. Throughout the debate, Democrats pressed Republican State Senator Phil King of Weatherford on specific redistricting legalities and made it clear they intend to challenge the map in court. Many of their comments devolved into accusations of racism. Here's freshman Republican State Senator Adam Hinojosa of Corpus Christi taking on that charge.
This is not a racial shift. This is a values shift. And no amount of shouting racism is going to change that. So let's stop pretending that this is all about race. It is about values. So if you're worried about losing minority votes in this next election, stop blaming maps and start looking in the mirror. Stop judging people by the color of their skin and start focusing on the content of their character.
The new map is now headed to the desk of Governor Greg Abbott for his approval. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. The Texas Minute's producer is Nick Shepard. This edition was based on the original reporting of Addie Hovland, Travis Morgan, Brandon Waltons, and Aaron Anderson. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great day.